One is the definition of compassion that we have in CFT. So this is a fairly well-established definition, and the formal definition is compassion is a sensitivity to the suffering of self and others with a commitment to relieve and prevent suffering returning. So it's a bit long-winded, but a sensitivity to the suffering of self and others with a commitment to relieve that suffering and prevent its return. Now, the key thing really tonight to hold on to here is that there are two major components of that definition. So we call them the two psychologies of compassion. So the first part of compassion is a type of engagement psychology. So that involves being able to notice, move towards, tolerate, and understand distress and suffering. So that could be in somebody else, or it could be in you. So the first bit then is engaging, noticing, tuning into suffering, rather than blocking it out, turning away, ignoring it in some way. Now, engaging in suffering isn't enough though, because what compassion also brings is action. So the second psychology of compassion is a type of wise action. What can we begin to do that wisely works with and could relieve suffering in some ways? A way that we sometimes explain this is that if you've got a serious problem with your heart, of course, you're likely to be very anxious and very worried and concerned. And if you were to go and see a cardiologist in the hospital, it's likely, of course, that it'd be really lovely if that cardiologist is warm and friendly and empathetic and so on. But what would be really, really, really important for me, if it was my heart being the concern, is to know that that cardiologist had dedicated their lives to understanding hearts and that they had ideas about how to treat hearts. Being kind and nice and warm isn't enough. It's how you can take wise action. And it turns out it's the same thing for compassion here too. So it's not just about being nice and kind. Sometimes that is how you are compassionate, but it's how we take wise action. And we can learn how to do this.